James Bach once said, "Testing is an infinite process of comparing the invisible to the ambiguous in order to avoid the unthinkable happening to the anonymous." Well, I couldn't have said that better myself. Greetings, I'm Dr. Will, and welcome to Dr. Will's Software Project Leadership Channel, where we focus on building real software to solve real problems. How exactly do you know whether the tests you have for your system, assuming you have some, are themselves correct? Do they test what they purport to test? How are you testing your test coverage, by the way? If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you. If you'd like more content like this, then subscribe and hit the bell below to be notified when new content is available. Last time I talked about culture of quality, and I didn't really talk about testing at all. Why was that? Well, partly because testing is only one tool in the quality toolbox, and partly because testing qua testing does not actually improve the code. As Steve McConnell says, testing by itself does not improve software quality. Test results are an indicator of quality, but in and of themselves, they don't improve it. Trying to improve software quality by increasing the amount of testing is like trying to lose weight by weighing yourself more often. As I hinted a moment ago, there are many things that cannot be tested. The tests themselves, well, I suppose they could be tested, but then you'd have to test the tests that test the tests. I think that you can see we're headed for an infinite regression there. Other things cannot be tested at all. Specifications, designs, requirements, process definitions, all forms of documentation used in the development and sustainment of the software system, none of that can be tested. Simple, you say. We don't need no stinking documentation. Well, that certainly cuts down the amount of reading you have to do. Now tell me, Buttercup, if there's nothing written down, then when you go to write your tests, how do you know what the software is supposed to do? Grudgingly, we admit that we might actually have to write some form of requirements documents. Wait, let's do test-driven development. That way the tests themselves describe what the system is supposed to do. Now, test-driven development, or TDD, might be promising at the module coding level, but you still have the problem of knowing somehow what the module is supposed to do. Nobody, no user or customer, is going to say, look, I need you to write a software system that passes this suite of tests that I've written for you in Gherkin. Even in TDD, at the start of the project, there's a step for envisioning the initial requirements and architecture. Isn't that cute? Envisioning has to happen before any development iteration begins. Also, note that each iteration can, and I should say would or should, include reviews, because the tests that are being used to drive the development cannot themselves be tested. So reviews and inspections are more fundamental than testing is to software quality. Software inspections are peer reviews of a programmer's work done to find errors and improve quality. Reviews and inspections require close analytical reading of the materials under consideration. Reviews are based on the concept of egoless programming that I first heard about shortly after its publication in 1971 in Jerry Weinberg's seminal work, The Psychology of Computer Programming, which I recommend. The notion that one's code is going to be reviewed in public by one's peers leads, or should lead, to a more careful approach to writing code. It's worth noting that there are those who refuse to suffer criticism of their code. They become defensive and argumentative, uncongenial. They probably don't do anything egolessly, including programming. Pride goeth before the fall, especially, it seems, in peer reviews. There are several different kinds of reviews of varying levels of formality. I won't go into those here and now, but if there is interest, let me know and I'd be happy to do a deep dive. Suffice to say that software project leader needs to know about reviews. Why, what, when, and how. This channel is dedicated to helping software projects succeed, not just in the short term, but in the long. So if you'd like more content like this, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell below, and you'll be notified when content becomes available. Also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, issues, put them in a comment and I'll be happy to entertain them. That's it for me, for you for now. Hope you have a great day and a great week ahead. You be careful out there, and I'll be seeing you. Bye.